Brian Little.
Japan.
Brian Little.
Japan.
Ryan Little.
No! First one? First one? Oh, no! Come on! Come on! He's still alive! He's still alive! No! Oh, God! Come here. Eat. Can't win everything! Eric coming in like every night. Light him up.
Jack it up.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Shiny! 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 We have to get Merlin. We have to get Merlin. What is it? What is it? What is it? Water orb, I have this. Done. Tabby, go. Whoa! Oh my God!
You know what the stakes are for this.
What? I sleep on the couch?
Our marriage.
Microphone check. Microphone checkity check. Check 212. What you're gonna do when we're back live with Wizarding Wednesday for you, bars. Mic is all good. We got checks. We got Mikey checks, Go Steps. Ooh, Hillary and Joel with the resub. Patronus Squads over on Twitch. Go Steps with the checkity checks. YouTube with the checkity checks from Harley, Symbol Guy, Scarlett, David M. Kelly, Yuri, David M. Kelly again, Becky, Sakura, ooh, Sakura from Naruto, Amelia, Moon Lily, we got Micah Cloud Roth. Hey, Cloud Roth, that's good. Gabe, oh my gosh, some of the OGs, Barbara. It's been a long time. It has been. We're back, baby. We're back. Hi, everyone. Man, I've missed you guys. Hey, Jay. With the Ravenclaw love in the chat alongside Moon Lily as well. Ravenclaw's coming through. David M. Kelly joining along. Oh my gosh. I need some Hufflepuffs in here. We got Stargeezer over there over on Twitch. I need some more Hufflepuffs. We missed you too. I missed you guys. Oh my gosh. Cloud Roth. Patrol Squad. What's good? With the re-up. With the re-up. Hillary with the Slytherins. Here they come. Here they come. Dancing. Hey, Stargeezer celebrating 33 months Patronus Squad over on Twitch. Had to watch an ad just now. Oh no, Symbol Guy. I think it's ad free. Should be ad free. Amelia. Oh my gosh. Gryffindor's in the house for Scarlet. Hey. Saku World. Follow the channel over on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. That being said, happy Wizarding Wednesday. Yo, this your boy James over XpectoGO. Bring you guys the latest and greatest. And Wizarding World content, whether that be gaming like Hogwarts Legacy, whether it be TV like the Harry Potter TV series, movies like we need the Fantastic Beasts series to come back, amusement parks, everything under that banner of the Wizarding World. We cover it all here live every Wednesday. And we are back at our normally scheduled time at our annual weekly rate now that football season is winding down. And today we're going to talk about something we've been hearing about, but is now confirmed, and that is WB being open for offers as they have the for sale sign up and running right now. And we've gone through this if you've been following the channel for a while. I think twice, from Time Warner to AT&T, from AT&T to Discovery, and now from Discovery to whoever possibly it could be. So we've gone through this before, so we're going to weigh our pros and cons and what this could mean not only for WB as a whole, but more importantly to us and our small little corner, how it's going to affect the gaming side, particularly Hogwarts Legacy MMO, Quidditch Champions, Magic Awaken, any of the Harry Potter games on the Portkey Games banner, Puzzles and Spells, Hogwarts Mystery, how it's going to affect the Harry Potter gaming overall, and we're going to dive right into that. And so, yeah, exactly, Phantom. Here we go again. I wish we had Text Beast would come back. That would be so cool. Me too, Micah. What parts of WB are being sold? We'll get into that, Moon Lily, but the long and short of it is, according to David Zaslav, if I read it correctly in chat, please feel free to chime in if I'm wrong. I was just browsing the news. They're open to selling everything. They do have to get it approved by the board. So whatever their board is willing to sell, they're going to put out there. WB is split into different divisions as well, primarily the streaming side, and that's our side, with whether it's HBO Max, the films, or even the games. And then you have the television side, like TNT, HGTV, all those things that Discovery brought with them with the merger. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to be able to sell it wholesale, or if they're going to just be able to sell different aspects of the company and have it being sold as assets. So here, Sony, you can have the WB games or something, or Netflix, you can have the film side, which Netflix just came out, the CEO just came out today and said, we're not that interested in it. So there's a lot going on, and we need to talk about it. But I'm mostly concerned about how it's going to affect Hogwarts Legacy, particularly Hogwarts Legacy 2 and the Hogwarts Legacy MMO, because all of those are still pretty much in development, and we know there's still hiring going on with those particular games. And thus, if it's early enough, whatever company decides to buy out whatever the gaming division, for example, they might have a say-so in the progress or the changes creatively in regards to the game. Maybe they don't want an online game, they could cancel the MMO. Maybe they do want an online game and they want more, stuff. So it's up in the air for sure. But let me shout out right quick. David M. Kelly celebrating 16 months Patronus Squad. Love all Patronus Squad for life. Let me get the OG banner up for you. And then, of course, Trisha celebrating 33 months Patronus Squad. Almost at that 3-year mark with the new golden badge over on YouTube. Stargazer Tim saying, also hearing WB streaming services will be jacking their monthly subs in cases as much as $20 a month. I don't see how that's sustainable. Yeah, they just that was just announced yesterday with the sale announcement. All of them went up about $1.50, and then the highest tier went up $2. So like you said, around $20 for the highest tier for HBO Max. And so yeah. Also, James wrote on top something about the new series that I saw. Let me see. Oh yeah, the wizard. Yeah. The wizard in the HBO series that got leaked has a wand similar to Jacob's wand. I saw an up close photo with the zoom. Yeah, we gotta if we can get to it. I might save all the news we're getting from the Harry Potter TV show till next week, if we're able to get through all the stuff today concerning the merger. So, because there's so much stuff I missed last week, and it's so exciting. Gosh, from the Halloween scene, with Lily and James dying that day. So some cool snippets and new actors announced. Speaking of new actors and actresses announced, the Audible series just got going, and they announced new people. So yeah, shout out to everyone who canceled Disney and Hulu. Hey, I see you, Jay. for sure. Woo Lily. How you doing, Jay, by the way? Hardest working wizard over in LA. I find it hard to believe, says Moon Lily, they will sell the gaming division with Hogwarts Legacy being one of its parts of the biggest IP. Honestly, it's not that hard to believe, Moon Lily, because they are trying to make a profit. Hogwarts Legacy 2 is potential profit. Selling WB now is profit right now. Because, yeah, they're going to put money into it for its development and stuff, because obviously it made them a lot of money, over $1 billion. But they can get a lot of that money now by selling WB as a whole, WB Games, just based off potential, and get more for it. Even though they turned down Paramount's 2 offers, I believe, at like 20 something a share or whatever. Not $20, but yeah, like 20 million or whatever a share. No, not 20 million. I can't remember. But yeah, WB apparently turned down Paramount's 2 offers so far. And if Netflix is saying they're not really that interested, I don't know if what they said in regards to a lot of people inquiring about the business is true. They might just say that to drum up more inquisitions or inquiries about the sale of the IP, or not IP, of the company WB. So it's going to be interesting. I can fully understand it. Exactly. How are you, James? Oh my gosh, A. Ramos, thank you so much for asking. We just finished. As I just finished my inaugural season as head coach, and we went 6-1. We lost our final game yesterday on a stinking Hail Mary, bro. On a Hail Mary. We had them 4th and 10 with like under a minute left. But anyway, we lost by like 2 or 4 points. But great season. We almost went undefeated, which would have been the first for our program, for the middle school program that I'm a head coach of. I still got varsity to coach, but it's less demanding, obviously, since I'm an assistant coach. So, yeah, but had fun in my inaugural season. A lot of tears shed yesterday with the kids and the parents. And we got the best fans in all of VA. You got some awesome fans. So, took a lot of pictures, a lot of posts and stuff. And just overall, just a lot of time. So congratulations. That's a great season. Hey, thank you, Cloud Rock. Thank you, Moon Lily. Thank you, A. Ramos. Thank you, David. What do I coach? Soccer. I coach football, middle school and JV football. I'm the head coach. First year as a head coach. I've been an assistant coach on varsity for like almost 10 years. And I paused it to pursue YouTube and content creation and stuff. And when my kids were just became old enough to play middle school, my oldest asked me to coach him. And so I decided, hey, you want me back? I'll coach middle school. And they offered right on the spot. They were like, hey, we want you to be the head coach. So I said, yeah. So yeah, pretty exciting. Fun. Yeah. Thank you, Becky. Currently playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm playing as every house with Gryffindor, Slytherin. I completed. Any tips? Completing 100% of the game. Use the map. No, use online resources if you're trying to complete the game. The thing that drove me crazy was the statues, the demiguise statues, and the platforms, the flying platforms. Because you're playing through the game and you'll come across things, whether it's the demiguise statues or the flying balloons and stuff like that, and you'll do them. But sometimes, in my case, I would ignore it. And I'm like, I'll come back to it later. And so that kind of messed me up on like finding it and everything. But just utilize the map, utilize the legends in the right, showcasing the area. And if you zoom in, you can showcase all the items you missed and everything. And just be prepared to take some time. But make sure you have a list of all the stuff you need to 100% it and everything. I think Hogwarts Legacy was like my first platinum on PlayStation because I don't do platinum stuff. But Sue and I were like, let's see what happens, and we 100% it as a group. So, yeah, man. Hey, Becky, celebrate 20 months Patriotic Squad with the best community. Let's go. But yeah, that would be my tip. If that makes sense. What up, James? I'm at work, but wanted to stop in and say, hey, Perez! Happy Visiting Wednesday. Hope you're having a good day at work. You love the Merlin trials, right, James? Harley, get out of here. You know I hated those. Yeah, my dad's character is short, a single landing platform. Exactly. I hate it. It was so hard. Revelio is your complete. Yeah. Is how you complete the game. Revelio for sure. Revelio is clutch. For sure. If you see statues, balloons, platforms, take care of it when you see it. Exactly. Don't ignore it. Do it then. Our first platinum was Insomniac Spider-Man on the PS4. Ooh, good game. You have to complete all the arenas to get all the collections for Kloss, so take your time, destroy the challenges. Yep. Hanging on by a long thread at work, having shifts all throughout the day, every single day. Jay, bro, I don't know how you do it, man. I'm glad you're taking vacations, though, to supplement all the work, bro. Keep at it, man. Keep at it. They're going to bless. You'll be blessed with the grind, bro. You'll be blessed. Yep. What Raymond said. When you see the balloons platforms, yeah, that's what it. That's what I would say. Did you see Insomniac's Wolverine trailer? Ghost Steps. I did. I wanted to do a reaction, but I didn't have time to wait. I'm not gonna say I didn't have time to wait and film myself reacting to it. I just wanted to see it, so I'll still do a reaction. But yeah. I have some worries about it. I have some concerns about it, but because I'm a lore guy and I know my comics. I'll put my knowledge up there with anyone who's like just a hair or two above casual. I use my Map Genie. Yes, not ashamed to admit it. Map Genie. Hey, there you go. I'm going to Atlanta next month. There you go. Exactly. I'm poor. That's how. How's everyone doing? I've missed a couple of Wizing Wednesdays. Chris, Clutch, we're doing good. We're about to get into the Hogwarts Legacy stuff. So, yeah, we're going to talk about WB sale, and then we're going to get into your thoughts and my thoughts concerning three of the main topics concerning the sale. How it's going to affect leadership at Avalanche Software with the possible sale, how it's going to affect release dates. It could honestly just go out and just cancel some of the games. I don't see them doing Hogwarts Legacy, but maybe the MMO. So we'll talk about that. And then creatively, are they going to kind of go against the grind and the initial idea that WB set out regarding focusing on live service and always on type games to help with the stocks? Because whatever company is buying WB or assets under the WB banner, they're going to need to recoup those losses immediately. And so I knew this was going to happen. It's going to be interesting. Oh no, the camera. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. And then we're going to do It's Been a Minute. It's been a minute. All right. Let's see if that did anything. Not yet. Let's do this. Give me 1 second, guys. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. For whatever reason, I'm going to have to get a new camera. She started doing this lately. All right. So let's minimize you to fit inside. You guys get to see how the sausage is made. If you've been here long enough, you see it quite often. All right. I just want to make sure that's good. I'm not going to do it on the other scene as well. And then we'll lock that in. Boom. Yeah, camera's like, all right, I'm out. Yeah, so everything should be good there. Yeah, it should be good there. Awesome blossom. Okay. But yeah, we're going to get into it. So if you guys are excited, Cameron's just practicing. Pacific is still down. I know, right? But, oh yeah, I'm going to do it on the other scene. So give me a second when we switch over. But I need yo's in the chat if you guys are ready to get into it. And I need to hear your thoughts. So get your thumbs if you're on your phone, or your fingertips if you're on your desktop, or your remote, I guess, if you're watching on TV. I want to hear your thoughts on the sale as we cover as much as we can regarding the news, man, and throw up some hypotheses or what ifs regarding WB games and how it affect Hogwarts Legacy. So we got the yo's in the chat. We're going to go to the latest and greatest, and then we're going to get into the news as I adjust the camera on the next scene. So without further ado, let's get right into the latest and greatest. It's 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 the latest and greatest.
Ryan Little.
Alright, let's go here. Alright. Mic check, mic check. Let me add my camera. New camera now. Video capture device. Add existing one. Would it be this one? Yep. I'll make that small. And cover that one right there. And then move it right here. There we go. I think we're good there. Lock it in. All right. So, as we talked about earlier, Warner Brothers Discovery is for sale after all, as multiple parties, in quote, circle the wagon. I don't know if that's the case, because people, if you're selling something, right? Pokemon cards. I buy a lot of Pokemon cards with my kids and stuff, right? And you'll see stuff online or like videos that say, "Hey, I got a lot of interest on this card," for example. Hey, Lost Stars celebrating 20 months of Patrol Squad over on Twitch. What's up, Anita? I'm using Wednesday. But people will say, hey, if you're just shopping around, only got like one left or two left. Sometimes they're lying. Sometimes out of business signs, people are saying like, hey, we're going out of business. Hurry up and buy this. And sometimes they're not. Like, some people say stuff to give a sense of urgency. And I will take David Zaslav at his word, because this is a public statement, and this is something he's also going out to his stockholders. That being said, Netflix, Paramount, Sony, Universal, all of these have been rumored. We know Paramount for sure is interested, but I don't know if it's as unsolicited in regards to inquiries about WB as a lot of people have been reporting. So just keep that in mind. That could be a possibility, but nonetheless, WB is for sale. And what's so crazy about this is they've only had it. How long? Let me see. When did Discovery, can't spell, finalize? Let me see. No. Purchase WB. April 8th, 2022. So literally, it's been less than 5 years. It's been less than 5 years. They've only owned WB, which they got from AT&T, which AT&T got. Wait. So I think the timeline is 4 years. Oh my gosh, it might be every 4 years, because AT&T bought Time Warner from WB. Time Warner owned WB since 1990. AT&T bought Time Warner in 2018, I want to say. They announced they were buying it in 2017. I think it was finalized in 2018. And then Discovery announced in 2021 that they were buying it, and it went through, obviously, here, April 8th, 2022. And then whoever's going to be this next person, because I think it's going to be finalized in 2026. So it could be every 4 years. WB has been owned the last, 8 years, 12 years. WB has been owned by 3 different companies. And that can't be good if you're just a company overall, being sold and bought and resold and rebought. Like, stability wise, that cannot be good for your company, especially when you had a rough year last year like they did with the gaming division overall. So again, just this kind of just points to just the overall just lack of foundation, bro. Like, it's just crazy. Hey, Dylon celebrated 39 months Patrona Squad with that fancy new 3-year badge. I love it. So anyway, the Hollywood Reporter reports that amid swirling reports of bidding interest by Paramount Global, Warner Bros. Discovery Board of Directors says it has initiated a review of strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. Long story short, we're selling. We're open for sale. And they continue. This is the first acknowledgement of a metaphorical for sale sign hanging for the WB water tower. We had the press release yesterday saying that the board of directors has received unsolicited interest. I don't know if that's completely true. From multiple parties, and it's listening. Strategic options include continuing with the previously announced split and spin of Universal and Versant, a transition for the entire company, or separate transitions for its Warner Brothers Discovery global businesses. And again, I talked about it earlier, but if you guys didn't know, WB had split the company up, and they feel like that was going to be a way to not only diversify their assets, but also cut cost and kind of shift focus on the TV assets that's going to be under the Discovery banner, and the streaming assets is going to be under the Warner Brothers banner, for lack of a better term. So streaming is going to be HBO Max, the films divisions, and even the games. That's where we come in. And then Discovery options is going to be mainly the TV cable options, like, again, HDTV, TNT, all those things under that banner, right? So they split it up, and it's supposed to come into completion, all those plans and strategies, even the repurposing of leadership over WB Games. All of that is supposed to come together and be complete or done by summer of 2026, if I remember correctly. Anyway, there's even potential for an alternate separation structure, which you talked about. Basically, all is on the table. And I think that's the key one right here. All is on the table. And that's the part that scares me the most. Everything is on the table. Selling it wholesale or selling it as parts. And not necessarily saying it's going to sell for parts, but breaking up this. God, like, WB has been in my life forever. All the way back to Batman, the movie Batman in 1989 with Michael Keaton when I was like 4 years old, to Batman, the animated series, to Animaniacs, to Pinky and the Brain, to all the way up to now with like The Matrix and even WB Games and Lego Harry Potter and Lego anything else like Star Wars. Like, WB has been a huge part of my life in all aspects of their media. And it's crazy to just think about AT&T buying Warner Brothers, then Discovery buying Warner Brothers, and now Netflix, Universal, Paramount, Sony buying WB, which never in my wildest dreams I would have thought WB would have been up for sale, because I would have thought it would have been the other way around. I would have thought WB is buying these other companies, but that is not the case. I look at WB like I look at Disney. That's how I see it. And it's just crazy, because I think they have some of the strongest IPs. You have Harry Potter, you have Lord of the Rings, you have Game of Thrones, you have DC. You have DC. Some of the best comic book movies ever. Superman, Christopher Reeves, Batman, Michael Keaton, Batman, Christian Bale, the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, I can go on. You have some of the best IPs. Legendary movies, The Matrix, which I mentioned earlier. Like, and it's, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how they're losing money, bro. Like, it's astounding how you are not making buku money with these IPs. Anyway, we got to get to WB games. So that was just my little. That's how I felt, because I love WB, bro. Like, the fact that I've been able to work with them, particularly the games division, and like, I love this. I love WB, bro. And it's just, I hope they just get it straight. Just get it straight, bro. Like, just get it straight. Anyway, where was I at? Sorry. By advancing our strategic initiatives, returning our studios to industry leadership, and scaling HBO Max globally, says David Zaslav, the president and CEO of Warner Bros. Discovery, which he said in a statement. We took the bold step of preparing to separate the company into two distinct leading media companies, which I talked about, Warner Brothers and Discovery Global. Discovery Global, again, TV. Warner Brothers is the streaming side. So it's no surprise that the value of our portfolio, Zaslav continues, is receiving increased recognition by others in the market. Again, I don't know how much. I'm sure there is increase. After receiving interest from multiple parties, we have initiated a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives to identify the best path forward to unlock the full value of our assets. And then they talk about Bloomberg and Paramount. The owner of Paramount, David Ellison, made a $20 per share bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, which was dismissed. Whatever Paramount's thrown out to WB right now has been dismissed twice right now. Lastly, our decision, Zaslav continues, to initiate this review underscores the board's commitment to considering all opportunities to determine the best value for our shareholders. And like, I think that's been the issue. If we go into like this stuff, I think that's been the issue. Shareholders. And like every decision made when it pertains to the company is based on the shareholders and keeping them happy, keeping the stock value high, because they're investing a lot in the company. And that's where the value of the company comes from. And that totally makes sense. If I ran a business, you bet your bottom I'm paying attention. It would be like Patronus Squad. That's perfect. Perfect example. The Patronus Squad. I'm going to try to do whatever I can to make their support on a monetary level worth the value that they're putting into our company, which is XpectoGO. So I get it. As a brand, I get it. I got to take care of Patronus Squad. I got to take care of the viewers and stuff like that. But my separation between me and WB, for example, because I'm not saying at all we're on the same level, but I was just trying to draw a comparison. But what they fail to realize is, I think it's the creatives that made WB what it is. I mentioned Batman and the IPs, DC. DC is huge because you had the comic book characters that are created by the artists, by the writers, that fans grew up to love all the way back from the 50s up to now. 1950s up to now. Why I didn't need to say 1950s. Anyway, Same with the animated section with Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, and all of those things. Like, it's the creatives, the movies, The Matrix, the Wachowski brothers. Even Dune, I think, is under WB and Legendary. I can go on. There's so many WB movies. It's the creatives that adds the value to WB. It's the creatives that makes HBO Max worth the now $20 a month for premium service, because people want to see Game of Thrones and want to see House of Dragon, Euphoria, and now the Harry Potter TV series. It's the creatives like J.K. Rowling who created the IP of Harry Potter. And the decisions going away from the creatives and strictly to the pencil pushers and the financiers is just astounding, and has been why this company has, in my opinion, has been sold 3 times. Well, will be sold 3 times probably within the next 10 years? 12 to 13 years. If it gets sold next year, it'll be like 12 years. And that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me that they don't see that. Like, they don't see that. Yes, you need the minds of people who understand finance, obviously. But I don't know if they understand the value. The value of WB is the IPs, are the creatives who make the IPs valuable. And online gaming only and streaming pushing and stuff, like, it's, I don't know. It feels like you just took everything away from the creatives, and it just sucks. Please don't forget Bill Finger. Yeah, Bill Finger. Yeah, I gotta say that. I'm glad you said that. Bill Finger, creative. Man, we can get into that too. That was a long one. I'd take a nice lobster dinner, thanks, Jay. I got you, Dial. What I find frustrating, says Becky, is that a lot of these shareholders don't completely understand the product exactly they're making money from. That is it right there. So eloquently put in my long ramble. So, that's it. I don't think they see, because I mean, even the statement earlier this year, I think it was in January, that Zaslav or JP Pirouette, and even Haydad before he stepped down. I still say he was fired, but before he stepped down, them saying always live, always on gaming is the future, and that's what's going to be the focus of WB. And my thought is, you're trying to catch like this rare thing, and it hasn't been. Like, WB Games, they're better known for the Batman Arkham series, or their Lego games with TT, or like the Nemesis system with, the Shadow of Mordor, like, this is what they're known for. And even the Harry Potter games, and now Hogwarts Legacy, like, these single player stand out amazing fun games. Even Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it's multiplayer and stuff, but it started out 2v2, And so, like, I'm not saying you don't need it, but you don't need online. But the fact that they're going all in on online, always on mobile live service type games just shows you that they're worried about the shareholders and not about the quality of the content that they're putting out, which will eventually up the value of your company. Going back to Patronus Squad and the channel, when I get back to consistency, my value of the channel will go up, the subscribers will go up, and everything under the sun, because I'm providing value and providing content that people enjoy. If I just did this, I'm just going to do live streams and no content. Like, that's not going to work. I have to understand why people subscribe to the channel in the first place. Outside of the personality and the IP, it's the type of content we're putting out and the news and the updates and just the passion. I have to understand that as a business and as a business that's selling to consumers. And I'm not saying they don't have a grasp. It's just, it feels like it sometimes when the decisions they're making, especially as of late, don't kind of coincide with the consumer, especially from a WB game side, which we are all mostly here for. Yes, we're here for the Harry Potter IP overall, whether it's the movies, the television show, the Audible series, and all that. But his channel has always been about Harry Potter gaming. We started with Harry Potter Wizards Unite, and gone up to Hogwarts Legacy, and now, whatever next game is coming out and stuff. So it's crazy. It's just crazy to me that this is where we're at right now. So that being said, soliloquy aside, let me see. Perez says, James, do you think the WB needs to sell a licensed Harry Potter IP to different companies? I don't know if they need to. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't, because what it sounds like they're not selling the IPs, they're selling the umbrellas, WB Games, the streaming side, HBO Max, the TV side. It's like they're selling the umbrella and not so much the IPs, if that makes sense. So I don't know if the Harry Potter IP by itself is as valuable as getting all four of the IPs under the gaming division, if that makes sense. Or maybe you need to get a branch of WB in order to do anything with Mortal Kombat, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, so forth and so on, DC, So I don't know how they broke it down. I don't know how they're breaking this down. Because I know Disney, for example, they sell the IP. They sell Marvel to anybody, and they're able to make the video games. Marvel makes their TV stuff and movie stuff in-house, but the video game side, they sell out to developers. And so, is that something WB was thinking about doing? Because we talked about it like a couple of months ago, back in August, that Sony was interested in WB games, or at least like some of the developers under the WB Games banner. So I don't know, bro. Like, it's so up in the air. Leasing the IPs for gaming might be their way forward if they want the core, but have someone else take over for a project. And like, again, we talked about that earlier. That's a great point by Becky. That might be the way for them to recoup their losses in value, because you got to think about it. I think Disney gets like a crazy percentage. Marvel's Spider-Man, we talked about it earlier. One of the cats in the chat said that was their first complete game, platinum game. I think it was Symbol Guy. And that's under Sony, PlayStation, exclusive, from Marvel, aka Disney. So Disney gets a huge chunk. Sony gets a chunk. And then whoever else needs to get a chunk from that. So you're splitting just that game. Any sale you make from that game, you're splitting it 2 to 3 ways, with Disney getting the majority of it because of the IP. They make a ton of money. They do the same with Fortnite, Disney does, and same with any other. You can go on. Marvel Rivals, same with them. I forgot who makes that. So WB, that might be the best bet to do that. But the thing is, it doesn't make sense to me, because they have amazing studios under their banner. They have amazing studios. Avalanche Software. They don't have Monolith anymore. You still have Rocksteady. Like, you have TT, who makes the Lego games. Like, you have amazing studios or developers under your banner. So like, leasing it out, like, it's cheaper. Wouldn't it be cheaper to just make it in-house? No, it would be cheaper to sell it out. It would be cheaper to sell it out. Because that way you're not fronting the money. That way you're not fronting money. So it's like zero risk if they just give it to somebody else. Publishing, that's the word, yeah. I think they could make Harry Potter the TV IP and Hogwarts gaming IP, right? It would be the easiest way to split it. Yeah, I mean, that would be. I would like to see a Batman game from Insomniac. Oh, by the way, it was also mine to the first platinum. Okay, it was yours. Okay, thank you. Who was that? Oh, it was Phantom. Okay. But yeah, Insomniac owes us like 3 games already, though. I'm still waiting on the Venom game that was rumored. Wolverine just got announced. Spider-Man 3. They said there's going to be an X-Men 1 coming as well with the Sony leaks. Yeah. But it's just, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm concerned. And don't forget Niantic. Oh. No, Tim. That's too soon, bro. That's too soon. Don't do that. That's too soon. But that being said, we need to talk about how this is going to affect Hogwarts Legacy. And I broke it down honestly into like 3 things. And I talked about it earlier. Leadership. How this could affect leadership. And my question was going to be, with whoever buys or purchases, let me see, I guess purchase them, it's going to be interesting if they maintain it or change it. So let me see. Let's go here. Okay. So the first thing is going to be leadership. All right. Let's play the game. Maintain or change. Let's start with leadership. Is this going to maintain or change the restructuring and overall leadership that WB has set up for the gaming division? We're focusing on WB games here. I don't know if you guys remember, not too long ago, this summer, June 17th, we got official news that Warner Brothers was restructuring all its development and focusing on the 4 IPs, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, and the DC divisions. And with those 4 divisions, each division has a division head or leader who those IPs, whatever company is making, whatever developer, is making those IPs, they will respond to. So, for example, just like studio heads, let me see, this one right here. WB, 3 current studio heads have been promoted to the role of senior vice president as part of WB Games restructure. Warner Brothers WB Games Montreal studio head has been promoted to senior vice president over development, overseeing development teams working on Harry Potter and Game of Thrones games. So this is who, for example, Avalanche Software, who's going to be reporting to. What's his name? Yves Lachance. I know I butchered that. This was just announced a couple of months ago, by the way. This restructuring was just announced. And I talked about it earlier again, that this restructuring is supposed to be completed by summer of 2026. 6, 7. I've been hanging around middle schools. So my question is, again, playing the game of maintain or change, does the new purchaser of WB, specifically WB Games, does this leadership change now? Do they want their own people? Let's say Sony takes them. Let's say Sony buys the WB Games division, right? Do they put their guys in? What do they do with these companies? Do they take Avalanche Software? Do they keep Avalanche Software? We don't know. Do they change it or maintain it? Ideally, I would think you'd maintain it, especially Avalanche Software that gave WB Games over $1 billion with a single player game, that being Hogwarts Legacy. I would assume you would maintain, but do you just change the boss that Alan 2 or John Blackburn, who's the head of the studio over at Avalanche Software? Does John now answer to a different person that's not Yves Lachance and is somebody over at Sony? Or does nothing change? Like, this is why it's scary. This is the uncertainty we're going into. And I just threw in Sony. And by the way, I do not want Netflix or Sony near anything from the films division. Gaming, gaming, you're good. But film, Netflix and Sony, stay away. Stay away from Harry Potter. Stay away from DC and James Gunn and Peter Safran and what they're doing over there. Stay away from Mortal Kombat. Stay away from Game of Thrones. Please, if they do a movie, stay away. Because Sony's track record, and especially Netflix track record, as of late, not saying they don't have hits, as of late, has been horrible from the film side. Gaming, Netflix is dabbled in gaming and stuff, and they have like mobile side. Sony, obviously, pretty good at gaming, but they are the ones that greenlit and approved, and we're excited about Concord and a lot of other stuff, i.e. Marathon, which did turn out pretty good, at least so far. They're back up and things are going good now. And even, what is it? Dollar sign. I don't know. But I mean, WB also is the same way. Suicide Squad lost them like over $200 million. I think Multiverses lost them another $100 million last year. I think it's like total 400. So I'm not saying WB is like leave it alone because it's perfect as is. I'm not saying that at all. I'm also saying we've had like 8 different plans and none of them have come into fruition. And we just got this new plan with the restructure, and now it could be all just messed up with this new purchase. That's all I'm saying. So chat, what do you think? Knowing Paramount is out there, Universal is out there, Netflix, Sony, I can keep going. God, can you imagine if Disney, I don't even know if they have money for it. But anyway, do you think just from a leadership side, we'll get into creativity and release dates and all this other stuff, just like from a leadership side, do you think they should maintain at least in-house boss and maybe change the out-of-house boss that John Blackburn and Alan 2 would report to, or leave as is, or completely change it? Like, what do you guys think? But Spider-Man. I don't want Microsoft. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, not Microsoft either. I love Bethesda. I love some of the Microsoft games. To me, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was the number 1 game of 2024 in my opinion, that I played anyway. Loved it. I enjoyed Doom. Hashtag thanks to Xbox for sending me a copy, and all these games that they've sent me that I got to play. I've enjoyed them. Avowed. People dumped on that. I enjoyed Avowed. And I'm not just saying that because they sent it to me. I enjoyed it. Me and Sue played it. We enjoyed it. But I don't know, bro. Look at Moon Lily's comment. What did Moon Lily say? Just a question. J.K. Rowling has a huge say on how her IP is used by WB. Can this contract be affected by the sale, and can her conditions protect current Harry Potter and Wizarding World projects? That's the thing. So she has final word, but I don't know if she has final word on the sale. She might have final word creatively. We have a new setup, so we're trying to figure out.
There may not be room.
We're trying to figure out. No, we're gonna make room.
Okay.
We're gonna make room with the new desk. 6, 7. That's so yeah. Oh, that's a very good point. Hey, Last Marauders! I didn't even see you. What's good?
Hi, everybody. It's been a dog's age.
Yeah, we're back at the afternoon time, so she's back. She's back. Yeah, let me get Sue Emos in the chat. Hey, but yeah, Last Marauders, fellow Hogwarts Legacy content creator. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. But that's a great point. We're talking about the sale of WB, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out if JK has any say regarding the Harry Potter IP. In regards to
about
sale.
Who buys it?
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Amelia says that she doesn't recognize me. That's fair. I'm Sue. I'm a Slytherin. No, I'm just kidding.
She said it. She said it. She said it.
Jay, it's been forever. Hi, everybody. That's a really good question.
Because I was thinking when they're selling it, because they just said everything's on the table in regards to how they're going to sell it. And they had previously said, they being Zaslav and the shareholders over at WB Discovery. Mm-hmm. I was thinking it's already split into two. You have the TV side, Discovery Global, and the streaming side, WB Discovery. And I was thinking just like these three separate entities: the TV, the streaming, and like the gaming, for example, right? Those are the ones that's on sale. But could they just outright buy the IP from Warner Brothers?
The IP.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that would make sense.
Why not?
Because if I'm buying Warner Brothers,
if I'm selling Warner Brothers, I'm like, you have to take all of it.
Right? Yeah. You want the whole. But they just said again. That's what I would think. But they just said everything's on the table. But so I don't see them splitting.
They can split it up.
I don't know.
They probably can, but it would be weird for just one IP to go, and not like the movies. All of the movies or like all of the games,
No. So like it would have to be, if the IP goes, it would have to be the games and the movies.
No, sorry. I mean, just like selling it by IP is interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
I was thinking they would sell by division.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
And not by not by the brand.
Because I feel like it's more valuable as a division, the games division.
Right.
Because you have access to all the IPs.
Right.
The
and
movie
division.
You
get all of the resources too. You
Yes.
get all of the people. You get
developers,
all of the facilities.
Exactly.
Like you get everything if you get the division.
Yeah.
But there's not that much.
They closed. Good Lord. Yeah, they closed down like 3 or 4 studios earlier this year. Warner Brothers did.
Oh, man.
And I think they had like 11 under their banner, so now they're down to 7. And again, that's just under the gaming division. So, that's a good question. I don't know how JK can influence it, especially if they're doing it by divisions. If like, we're assuming, we don't know. I don't know what she has word on.
I have a proposal.
Okay. Lay it out.
Hallmark.
Shut up.
What?
Yo,
Then we could finally have the movie we deserve.
No. Think about it like this. Think of Hallmark as a...
Who owns Hallmark?
I don't even know. Maybe it might be WB. Who knows? It might be Discovery. We gotta look at... Hey, chat. Who owns... Wait.
Part of the Martha Stewart parent company.
Who owns Hallmark.
Hi, Barbara.
The Hall family,
Oh,
Hallmark Inc.
privately
they're their
held.
own thing. They're their own thing. Okay.
I
So,
feel that's a good idea.
but Hallmark works because low budget, low low production value,
Low expectations,
and they just
but high enjoyment.
No,
People
no,
love it.
But also, they're like dollar store. They just got a ton of stuff that's just out there you can buy.
We
for
would
cheap.
have 11 movies by December.
Yeah.
And they would be great.
Easily.
I'm just saying.
I think I hear Mariah Carey in the
Let's
background.
bring them into the room.
Sit
He
back.
said it's almost a Hallmark time of year.
Yeah, it
Moon
is.
Lily said, LOL, what?
I don't think JK will have a say in who buys it, says Lifestyle. Yeah, I don't. It's WB. It's not Wizarding World. It's WB.
Yeah.
I think you're head on. I think you're right,
Yeah.
Anita. I think you're right on that one.
I think she'll get the say on all the stuff that she currently gets the say on.
Especially
which
with the
is, like,
creative side.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But as far as who
Because
buys
like
it?
I don't think she had a say on the creation of the TV show, but she has a say on how it goes.
But that's because she already had a pre-existing agreement with that company.
But that's the company that's being bought, though. So you're saying
I'm
that
saying,
contract could change?
I don't know if her contract that she and her team of agents negotiated
Yeah,
to sell the rights for games, TV, movies.
yeah, under WB.
There 100% is a clause or a whole section in there somewhere.
If sold, it's still maybe maintained.
I would assume.
Yeah.
That's got to be something that they thought of and have a very clearly laid out plan for. Because do they now negotiate with somebody else? That can't be how it is. I don't see why WB would do that, because then if they ever wanted to sell, they would lose a lot of their leverage if their IP doesn't come with the sale.
Yeah.
So
Like
I think it has to.
It has to be divisions.
It has to be part of it. Yeah.
It has to be. What did Cloud Ross say?
They pay her for a licensing fee for the new show.
JK owns the IP for all the characters.
Yep.
So what does WB own? The publishing?
What do you mean?
It says JK owns the IP for all the characters.
But they own the movies. Like, is that what we're saying?
That's what I don't know. So what's left after the characters? Moonlady says yes in regards to the publishing, yeah. So it's definitely a conglomerate. Just the characters.
The characters in the world, maybe? Like,
it has to be.
because random people can't just write Wizarding World books, you know?
Right. They can't profit off of it. You can do fan fiction.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
you can't sell a Wizarding
Yeah.
book.
Movie rights, but also it has to be TV rights because WB is making the TV show. It has to be also gaming rights.
Yeah, Cloud Roth said they own everything they've made so far, the new show and the new rights and the rights for the games. That makes sense.
The truth comes out, clipped by Stargazer. Yeah, sorry for the sirens, everybody. I got the window open.
Oh yeah, that's why that's so loud.
Yeah, that's the window.
We
open.
live close to a firehouse.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like every time that the fire engine has to go save lives,
We hear it.
We hear it.
Owns characters and publishing rights. I'm not even going to get, because I feel like that's a rabbit hole in and of itself. How Harry Potter, JK, and WB, this triad, works together. So I'm not even going to. I'm not going to get into that.
I don't need to know how it works.
So yeah.
I just want to enjoy the game and the movies and the shows.
But yeah, seriously. But going back to what I was saying in regards to the leadership, I think this breaking up that they're doing here, I think this changes. Whoever buys it, I think this changes.
What do you mean it changes?
So they just restructured the leaders of the gaming divisions. I think there's 3 of them. So right here it says there are 3 current studio heads that have promoted to senior vice presidents parts of WB Games restructure. So WB Games Montreal studio head Yves, whatever, has been promoted senior vice president and overseeing development of Harry Potter games and Game of Thrones games. And so I mentioned Avalanche Software. The studio head there is John Blackburn. He now has to answer to this guy. This is new because he was previously answering to somebody else who was answering to David Haddad, who stepped down or I think was fired. Anyway, so this is coming to fruition in 2026. They announced this is what they're working towards, but this comes into fruition in 2026. I think this changes if somebody gets their hands on WB Games.
Do you mean the leadership?
Yeah, it was sticking strictly to leadership. I think this changes.
I think the fact that they're all brand new means that none of it is directly their fault, which means they're more likely to stay than if it was all the people who had been in position for all this time and were ultimately responsible for bad performance.
But that also lends credit to kind of just switching it up also because they're now going into it, but it's not finalized.
They are the most likely people to get fired, I would feel.
No, I'm not. Maybe like demoted.
Asked to do something.
Yeah.
Stay on and help show our new guy the ropes. Train your replacement, please.
Yeah, because David JP Pirouette was that for David. David Haddad was that for JP Pirouette. Because David Haddad was president of WB Games, but Pirouette was his boss. And once David Haddad stepped down, JP Pirouette took over. So I'm thinking, I think they're the most likely to kind of be demoted if we get new leadership.
They're the ones who will have a right to take it personally. But but they're going to be restructuring and probably cutting a lot, I would think, because if they're going to buy it, they have to have a pretty dramatic change to make it profitable.
Facts. Yeah.
So they're probably just going to be slicing and dicing.
Because
these people,
because you don't know what you're going to get with these guys.
Right. So they'll probably be replaced.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of who works there now will probably not work there soon.
But that's not the That's not the developers, though. I think they're going to maintain the leadership with the developers, like an Avalanche.
Oh, they better. Avalanche, they better not touch because what you get from there. We're emotionally connected, but they've
proven themselves.
I feel for a business reason that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
These are people who do business.
Exactly.
And so they're not gonna cut people who are doing.
You're not going to mess with your moneymaker. Yeah, you're not going to mess with your moneymaker.
It would not make any sense to mess with Avalanche, I think.
Yeah. It's your time, James.
I'm a little biased.
There's so many people who work for WB. I know, Cloud Roth. It's your time. It's funny enough, Becky, I got sent 3 DMs on LinkedIn. One from our friend and fan of the channel, but very good friend, Wizard PhD, aka Lynette. She DM'd me like a couple of days ago that Eric Martin over at Avalanche Software, who's the head of marketing, is looking for another community manager.
Oh my goodness.
They're looking for another community manager to work with the team. He said specifically for Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, man.
And I looked at all the stuff, everything that is required for the job and stuff they would like to see, I do just from this live stream. They say you got to be good at Adobe Premiere, OBS, good, comfortable with streaming.
Apply.
Comfortable with being in front of a camera. Being able to use social medias and stuff, know how to make content, know how to talk to people. I was like, that's Discord and everything.
As usual, the comment section is nailing it. Ghost Steph said, apply. Cloud Roth said, hey, I know a guy. Harley said, James. Britter said, do it.
But it's...
Gabe said, dude, do it.
The only downside is it's hybrid.
Denebula said, so when are you applying?
It's hybrid. I have to... We have to live there.
Fly out there on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Not Wednesday, so I can do the live streams here. So I'll be renting out a hotel.
No, you won't be. You won't need a hotel because you'll be flying back at night. Why are you treating like I shouldn't be the one coming up with all the ideas, James?
I'll ask my brother. He actually lives in Salt Lake City. I was like, Joshua, can I stay with you? I'll do this community manager job and work on a game that I don't know when it's going to come out.
You know what's also hybrid? A week, a month.
True. How hybrid is it going to be?
What kind of hybrid are we talking?
Yeah.
2 weeks a quarter?
It's like Army reserve, like every weekend.
How often did we see Chandler shooting a video there?
He lives there though.
Versus what could have been done in front of a green screen.
He lives there.
Okay,
he lives there.
Well,
but
sure.
no, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I feel you could just go there, shoot a bunch of stuff, and then parcel it out.
We'll all be your reference. Thank you guys. I was just humbled by all the 3 DMs I got. And again, shout out to Lynette. I was like, Lynette, this has you written all over, but she just took a new teaching gig because she wasn't teaching for a while. But she just got a new teaching gig that happens to be associated with gaming. So I was like,
awesome.
that's just perfect for her. That's perfect for her. So
you know what's perfect for you?
Stop. I just got done coaching too. That's the funny thing. We just
3 days
finished.
every 6 months hybrid.
Just finished
work schedule.
Coaching is going to be off the table if that happens. Oh my gosh.
Guess what? That's fine.
I would make more money. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm not even talking about money.
Yeah. Hybrid work is so good.
Just apply.
I do it and feel. I am.
Apply.
I am.
James.
I am.
James.
I'm serious.
James.
Yes. I am. So my next question, we talked about leadership. You guys see that mean face she gave me, right? That is the do it. I'm going to.
You are embarrassing me.
I don't see it that often at all.
That's why he was confused. He never sees me look
I rarely see it.
Micah has a really good point.
What?
Do you really need to sleep, James?
I mean, yeah.
He barely does as it is.
I've been sleeping a lot. I got like 12, almost, not 12. I got like 10 to 11 hours the other night. So
Britter said that's her De Niro face. You know she's serious.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
Harley calls it the chili face, like from Bluey.
Oh.
I feel like I maybe have missed that reference.
Oh.
We do watch a lot of Bluey.
All right. So the next question I have for you guys is, with this potential sale for WB Games, how is it going to affect the company, particularly the gaming division, creatively? And again, I talked about it earlier. This was announced January. Good Lord. Of
24.
Of 24, yeah. With WB going all in, or quote unquote doubling down on big live service push, and with DC, Game of Thrones, and more franchises.
Let me tell you about your future.
Shout out in the chat if you know that reference. But knowing this is the push, knowing this is the possibly push, right?
Almost 2 years ago.
So
we know now how it has gone, but continue.
But the thing is, they're working towards that. Mm-hmm. They're working towards that. The restructuring and everything is working towards this realization.
Of something nobody asked for.
Yes.
Cloud Ross said, step 1, never make another live service game.
No, don't say never. Because the MMO, Hogwarts Legacy MMO, could be fire. Just throwing that out there. Could be fire.
That would be cool.
Sue did the Care Bear mega stick.
Nice.
Does whatever company, do they stick with the live service push or no? Because I say I'm over, if we're doing over under, I say over 45%. They do, because one, they just spend a lot of money.
It makes sense on paper if you don't know anything about your customers.
And we don't, I mean, if it's Sony, you would assume, yeah, they know more about gaming than Paramount, for example, right? But Sony is also doing a live service push as well.
Are they any more successful than anyone else?
No, they had Concord and lost them 400 million. I just said Concord. You already knew. They lost them over $400 million. Marathon.
Bye, Yuri.
Siri Yuri, Marathon. Off to a rocky start. Hopefully, it seems like they're on the up and up right now. So we'll see. Shout out to Destiny. And then the $sign one. That's also a live service one. Live service, a lot of companies are pushing for it. And again, I think over under 45% chance that whoever buys WB Games, if we're sticking with the theory that they're getting the gaming division or they're breaking it up by divisions, I think they're going to want an online money stream so they get that continuous stream of revenue so it make their stock looks good, which is going to increase the value of their newly purchased company and recoup the sales that they lost when buying the company overall. I'm not saying they have to. I'm just saying all the points WB made here, David Zaslav, for example, with the long period of time between making a single-player game and another single-player game. Hogwarts Legacy came out in 2023. We haven't heard anything yet for the sequel in regards outside of it's down the road and it's in development. But that's 4 or 5 years of nothing coming from that IP that initially gave you over $1 billion. So on paper, like you said, it makes sense. And that's why I think it's over 45% chance that they might maintain this. If they don't, I think a good way to recoup your losses would just to be see what is already in development. Because right now, WB Games doesn't have anything current. Nothing. Everything is on theory. They're developing a new Batman game from Rocksteady. They're developing a Game of Thrones game, a live a RPG style Hogwarts Legacy like in quotes Lord of the Rings game.
So what game of theirs was supposed to be the new thing right now?
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad was supposed to be carrying them.
Yep.
And it flopped immediately.
Immediately, yep.
So they had no other game that was supposed to come out during this interim period. Like they had nothing else. Like it blows my mind that like as a company, you know how long it takes to develop a game.
Yeah.
And like how it's almost always a flash in the pan. So how do you not have it scheduled so that you just have regular releases?
Well, you have to realize also, and we talked about this, they've only owned the company for almost 4 years, almost 5 years. They've only owned it that long. That length is how long a game takes.
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy has started development before Discovery bought it. Same with all these other games.
That's a good point. It continued to be developed even after a new parent company bought them.
Yeah.
So
which is what I'm going to get to later.
We can expect that to be the same.
Hopefully.
Got there first.
Hopefully. So my thing is, they have Batman, the Lego Batman Legacy one that's coming out next year. That's under WB Games, obviously. They have another game, I think that is coming out. But everything else is just, hey, we're working on Batman. We're working on Hogwarts Legacy MMO. Working on the Hogwarts Legacy like Lord of the Rings game. Working on the Game of Thrones game. They have a Game of Thrones mobile game. They have Magic Awakened right now for Harry Potter. Quidditch Champions is not doing anything for them. Mortal Kombat, they're still doing updates for that in regards to that fighting game. They have like online games that's giving them continuous revenue. I just don't think it's that much though. I just don't think it's that much revenue. So I don't know. Time check. Thank you, Stargazer. We got a half hour. So Do you think they're going to continue the online push? Because
okay. Have there been any articles since January 2024 that indicate they changed direction?
No.
Everything was consistent with this.
Is consistent now.
Okay.
It's consistent now. Yeah.
Okay.
Outside of the Lego Batman game, which is a single player one.
Ghost Step said the new Lego Batman is getting a lot of excitement from fans and gamers, and it's a single player game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But again, that was already in development also.
Cloud Ralph said Multiverses did bad too.
Yeah, Multiverses lost them over $100 million. That was last year as well.
That's so much money.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, they just bought that studio a year or two ago. And now that studio's gone. They just got it and got rid of it. Like, that's insane to me. A whole studio. Studio head, developers, like, everybody. Gone. Building being used for something else. Like, it's
a party
crazy.
city now.
Halloween. Halloween day.
Party City isn't anywhere
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
It's a really bad example.
It's not even Party City. Yeah. So, like...
Yeah, it's a Halloween 365 or something.
So, like, it's...
Denebula said it depends on the new parent company. Whether they're going to push for it. Becky said she does think they'll push for live service, but doesn't think it'll be as hard as the article suggested. Harley said it's a hard one, but if they do, I want it to be done properly, but I don't want it to take away from Hogleg 2. And I saw some other comments like that earlier where people are just like, whatever they do, stupid or not, just don't take away focus from Hogleg 2.
And that's why the announcement of Avalanche Software expanding and adding more talent, but also making multiple games, that's huge. So now you don't have to worry about Hogwarts Legacy becoming a online game, because you can make a totally new game under Hogwarts Legacy or Harry Potter, and that be online, and keep Hogwarts Legacy over here.
I have a question.
Okay.
J.K. Rowling has like companies, right?
Yeah.
Like Wizarding World, whatever.
Yeah.
What if they bought the rights to the games?
There's no way.
Then they would just own all of it.
Way.
And then there would be a studio that exists only for like Harry Potter gaming. And that's it. And they wouldn't be subject to like just a general gaming company. Like, maybe she wouldn't want to buy the TV and the movie rights and stuff like that, but what if they went for the gaming? Because that's the really, really big, like, it'll make them a lot of money. Not that they need any more, because there's, like, still the parks and everything, but, like...
Gaming has taken over, in regards to as a media. Everything. Gaming has taken over. Pop culture, is more of a moneymaker than movies and music and everything. So if you had to pick one of the medias, gaming would be the one. That would be an interesting.
Because then it's like Taylor Swift getting the rights to her original albums. It's like J.K. Rowling's like, I like this. I'm gonna make sure it's mine for real.
But that honestly, that's what WB just did though.
What do you mean?
If you look at Avalanche Software, like LinkedIn, for example, before it was just like WB, and you had like different stuff under the WB banner. Mm-hmm. Now, it's just the house logos under it. Mm-hmm. Avalanche Software only makes Harry Potter games. That's it. They're not doing anything else. They might help with development of other WB Games titles. Mm-hmm. But their foray is Harry Potter, just like Rocksteady is with DC.
What if they just bought Avalanche
that would be
to Harry Potter gaming?
That would be insane.
It would be.
That would be insane.
Jay said, not Taylor. Jay, I know so little trivia facts about her. Just let me have this. I felt really proud of myself for pulling that out out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I know it.
Stargazer gave you one, like Paul McCartney buying the Beatles catalog. There
like
you go.
Paul McCartney. Jay, or can we use Paul McCartney as the example? Moon Lily said, I wouldn't doubt that they could do it if they see trouble for the IP. Zoxa said that might be nice, but it might make people not buy it at all.
Because of JK.
Fair. Yeah. Very fair.
Yeah. WB still doesn't get the sad part. It's focused on single player game. Yeah. That would be insane.
I'm just putting it out there. What if? It's not like she's ever going to be worried about having enough money for something.
If that's a possibility, let's just throw it out there. If that's a possibility, I'd honestly rather Sony have it then. I'd honestly rather Sony have it.
Because you'd think they would have Harry Potter experts in-house, but not gaming.
No. They have the Harry Potter experts and the gaming experts at Avalanche already.
Right.
Sony just has to worry about publishing.
You think that you wouldn't trust a brand new company with publishing of the game?
No, not Sony. Even though...
Wait. So you want Sony to have it over this fictional new division in the Wizarding World?
Yeah.
Because they have experience with publishing games.
Yeah.
I'm really mad at you for disagreeing with me on this, James. I'm really committed to this idea that I just had 30 seconds ago.
I'm not knocking the idea. Chill. I'm not knocking the idea.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding.
I would feel more comfortable with Sony doing it. But
because they know how.
But it would limit... Why Hogwarts Legacy made as much or sold as much as it did, whether it's copies or finances, was because they had it not just on the PlayStation. They had it with, Microsoft, Xbox, and Nintendo, and PC. And not necessarily saying Sony can't do that, because obviously Helldivers 2, a Sony PlayStation exclusive, is now on Xbox. And same with Spider-Man 4. And Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, and even one of my favorite games ever, Final Fantasy, now is on other platforms. So that could be the case with Hogwarts Legacy.
Galactic Red Dragon said, if Sony buys it, the next Hogleg 2 can have Spider-Man in it. Which I feel that's how we should be thinking about this.
If we're talking about crossovers.
What kind of crossovers will become possible?
If we're talking about crossovers, I better see Kratos in... I better see Kratos in Hogwarts Legacy in the Wizarding World.
Do you think Peter Parker and Harry Potter would get along or hate each other?
Harry would sass the living daylights out of Peter Parker.
But Peter would sass Harry back.
No.
He's a very sassy guy.
He is.
They're they're the same person, kind of.
Yeah.
But Harry has green eyes sometimes.
It would work if it was a game out of the 90s and Harry visited the United States. Because Makusa's in New York City, and that's where Peter resides. And you can make you can make Peter Parker or a Spider-Man game based in the 90s, because obviously Spider-Man was created way before the 90s. So you can have... Oh my gosh, I'm developing... We're developing...
All right, get me something on paper.
I know, I gotta write this down. We're developing right now. If Sony buys Avalanche Software just to make Harry Potter games, we're getting a Harry Potter Spider-Man crossover, and it's going to be based in the 90s with Harry Potter visiting Makusa and running into Spider-Man.
Yes.
Spider-Man, his spider senses is tingling because he senses magic being used around him, but he can't see it.
Yes.
Bro!
Okay. Moon Lily said they would hate each other because too much sass can't coexist. Harley said, which Peter, which is a very excellent
that is a, yeah.
Cloud Ross said, the fan fiction we never needed.
Just straight up, we never need that.
You're welcome. Logan, Patrona's Squad, member for 39 months.
Ooh,
That's
Newt.
a long time.
Newt, you had to go back in the 20s, though. You had to go to the 19... There's not a lot of buildings to swing on in the 1920s.
We'd just be dragging on the ground.
There's not a lot of swing in the 1920s.
Be wearing like a Newsies cap.
Oh my gosh.
Birder said, my fanatic senses are tingling. Becky said, Aragog would be confused by Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh.
That's very
Oh
true.
my gosh, that's so true.
That's
That is
very true.
Oh my gosh. Sony,
Twisty,
make it happen.
Twisty said, with great power comes great responsibility. Remember that, Potter.
Said Captain Kirk.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I think we just figured out the whole thing.
I think we just figured out and solved all the issues with this sale. We just did it.
What would people even do if they
Bro.
got that news?
Bro.
They would be like, okay, this is fake.
Bro.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they find
This
out
is
it's
AI.
real. Like,
This is AI. Yep.
I think the reaction would just be confused anger. It's like...
Yeah. I think that would be fair. That would be very fair. Unless you watch Wizarding World XpectoGO, Wizarding Wednesdays with XpectoGO, then it wouldn't be as confused. So
You got something that's not the link in that copied and paste at the beginning of it.
yeah. Let me do this.
Yeah.
That. Ah!
Oh no. You accidentally just Googled the whole thing.
I know. I love it.
We're now at this. We're now at the phase of our lives where we go to Google and type in YouTube. It's like,
Hey, you don't do that? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Cloud Roth said we need Spider-Man versus Merlin.
Oh my! Don't even.
I feel like that would also be
don't-
like a sassafras.
Don't invoke Merlin. Don't do that. I know it's been a while.
Lily said, "LOL, we never escape."
I know it's been a while. You haven't heard a Merlin thing from me. That's on purpose. Don't do that.
Demigod Hades said, "My fiction would be Harry Potter and Percy Jackson."
Yeah, that would be a more accurate one for sure. I mean,
I feel they would
plausible.
get along. Percy seems to get along with basically everybody.
That would be more plausible for sure.
That would be more realistic.
Yeah.
It's like,
I said plausible, not realistic.
I would believe that.
No,
I would
don't
believe
do
that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It
Don't
feels
do that.
real.
Oh my gosh.
It would make more sense.
Lastly, the last angle I wanted to ask you guys about in regards to this possible buyout. Oh, Sammy. This possible buyout is how it's going to affect creativity. Not creativity, release date. And the reason I bring that up is with the closing of Monolith First Player Games in WB San Diego earlier this year. They were working on games, the Wonder Woman game, for example, from Monolith, and a lot of other games, player first games. They're the ones that did the multiverses. What's the likelihood of this new company coming in and possibly not only canceling a game, but maybe getting rid of a company, develop a studio, and maybe like combining some of the. Don't bring her in. Don't bring her in because she's going to climb on the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the likelihood of this company, whoever buys Warner Brothers, canceling a game or a studio? I think not as likely, because I would assume you're buying WB games for what they have.
You're buying it for a reason. There has to be something that you want.
Yeah.
So you can't cancel everything.
But it might not be. It might only be, for example, Hogwarts Legacy 2, not Hogwarts Legacy MMO. It might be the upcoming Batman game from Rocksteady, not the Flash game that they're writing. It might be the Lord of the Rings Hogwarts Legacy style RPG game and not Shadow of Mordor 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, because you're buying it for potential, yes, but you're also buying it based off of what you've seen work. And a lot of the games that are currently in development under WB, outside of the ones that's announced, is based off of a theory or hope that is going to sell, not necessarily proof that it has sold. And that's the scary part for me, which is why I have this question in the first place. Because then, like, I might have a game that people always wanted to see. I don't want this Flash game or another Batman game. Make another Superman game. Superman movie made good money in the theaters, well received. Scrap this Batman game, make a Superman game. I don't want a Hogwarts Legacy style Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings game. I want an online game. Scrap that. Like, they can come and do that. Yeah. So, chat and Sue, what do you think the likelihood of that is happening? Or is it going to be based off of if it's Netflix or if it's Sony or if it's Paramount or Universal?
I think the specifics depend on the parent company.
Right.
Or the new parent company, but it feels almost certain that they're going to offload some of the stuff or pause it.
Yeah,
or something like that. Because, Micah said in the comments, they may try and ensure that they're not immediately overextended after buying.
Yes,
because you know you're buying something that isn't working right.
Yeah.
And so don't overextend.
That's right.
Focus initially on what you know will work or what you're pretty sure will work.
Yeah.
And pause the stuff that you're not really sure.
In theory,
Maybe move resources from the stuff you're not quite sure about to the stuff that you do think will work.
Maybe
to really go
increase.
all in on these two things that you think will really get you there profit-wise.
Yeah.
And then spread your resources around and see, like, who you trust on your creative team and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I agree. So, between Hogwarts Legacy 2 and the MMO, what's more likely? They keep both, get rid of the MMO, or restart everything?
Or they also do Newt and Friends.
Or they do all three.
Keep both and
Newt and Friends.
Newt and Friends.
Because I'm like, because they have to save money. And WB just put a lot of finances into Avalanche Software to expand to make this Hogwarts Legacy MMO. Or Harry Potter MMO, however you want to call it.
Cloud Ross said Hogleg got to be the go-to moneymaker.
Yeah.
Like I said, they add more.
Ooh.
Moon Lily said they'll evaluate what's working and what's making money and go from there.
Ooh, Stargazer.
Oh, go ahead.
The Wonder Woman game and the Batgirl movie can both retire to the same place, the Island of Misfit Media. I think gaming in general is starting to look scary. I know we've had some gems released lately, but all these price hikes. That's a good point. And companies being brought up is making me a bit worried. Derpy, that's... I didn't even bring up price changes too. I forgot about that. Things are going to get more expensive.
It's too expensive already.
Things are going to get more expensive because the price hike just went up for the streaming for HBO Max with the announcement of WB being on sale. They went up like $1 a month and $2 for the premium package for HBO Max.
Oh, Andrew said, I think they leave the current games alone. The gaming division isn't that expensive. Compared to movies or
gaming,
shows? They lost a lot of money on...
They lost a lot of money on the gaming, so they might not want to put that much money into the gaming division in the first place. Even though, well, they just put in a lot of money in the TV show too, though.
But the same company that buys WB Games may not be the same company that gets Max.
Yeah, that gets Max. That's true. The show's going to be fire. That's a whole new generation with money. But I've always wondered, excuse me, how the show is actually going to make them money, because that's streaming, and streaming has shown you're not going to make that much money off of it in comparison to what you could make via movies or games in general, especially if you publish or develop games at a cheaper price.
James, DVD sales. That's where they're gonna make
Physical
their
media is king, always, always.
That's a good point. Have they made? I mean, they have a lot of really popular shows that they've made on Max, and those haven't made them profitable. They don't make more money when they have a really good show on.
It might not, which is why Paramount, in WB's eyes, underbid it, because they put out $20 a share for WB. And WB is like, no, we're worth more. But according to Paramount, they're like, no, you're worth 20. Like, they got denied twice with both of their bids by WB. I don't know. And Tim makes a good point. Plus, ton of folks just canceled their Game Pass subscriptions. Yeah, like, subscription service model is not future-proof at all.
But it's not only gaming that's going to it. There's
Right.
Any company that provides a software product is going to like a subscription model.
Yeah.
And nobody asked for it.
Yeah. Nobody.
But it's like across the board, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah.
If there's software involved, they don't want you to buy it once. They want you to pay for the access to it for all of time.
Yeah. Not the actual game, but the license to it. Yeah.
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 If you stop paying, you don't play.
You don't have access to it. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't see how we get away from it, because that's just what
easy
they've
money.
kind of turned into normal.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted it,
Yeah.
but they felt that it would be better for the company, and so companies have made that choice, and we don't really get a say in it as consumers at all.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's just the uncertainty of it, all of it, honestly. It's just the uncertainty of it. And going back to what I said earlier, this company will be sold 3 times within like 12 years. First in 2018, then 2022, then 2026. Like almost 15 years it would have been sold 3 times. And it's just, how? Like, it's just how. I went on a rant on how much I love this company and its media. Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, Batman the Animated Series, all the way back to Batman 1989, the movies, and the Matrix movies, and
Name something they made that was good after the early 2000s.
Dune. The Dune series. They published that.
Dune?
Yeah, Dune. The movies. Yeah. Those are great. With Legendary. And then, of course, the Dark Knight series, which, is that 20 years old yet?
It's very old.
Gosh, that's crazy. No,
I don't think it's 20 years
No, I don't
old.
think it's 20.
It's getting close, though.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we went to see The Dark Knight.
Whoa, yeah. In theaters. God, that was like 2008, 9?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Jeez. Yeah.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeesh.
I know. Looney Tunes, yes. Looney Tunes, yes. I find it funny that because I believe the lost $300 million alone by having Kato Game Pass. Oh my gosh, Derpy Spartan. Activision. Is it Activision? They must be upset. But that's a whole nother thing. I'm not even getting into Game Pass and Microsoft with that thing. But anyway, they might do a brand exclusive collection to increase profit, says Moon Lily, for the show. I've seen the HBO exclusive show on Blu-ray. I can't remember what it was, though. Every party show is supposed to go on HBO and HBO Max. That's true. Because I was like, are they making any money on the baking show? I wonder if they'll have programs with the amount of cash being allocated for
Problems.
problems with the amount of. I mean, possibly. The Dark Knight released in 2008. Jeez. That's crazy. That's almost 20
That's
years.
a long time ago.
Yeah. That's like 18 years next year. The Batman, Penguin. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Batman. Yeah.
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 Yup.
The best Batman movie. I don't want to hear it. I will argue anybody. That is the best Batman movie ever.
I think I have to agree with you, even though I love Lego Batman so much.
Lego Batman is up there for sure. And
That one animated one.
the
with-
Mask of the Phantasm. Yeah. Because that was a movie release as well. That was released in theaters.
So it counts.
Yeah, he was an actual detective. Exactly. The
Yes.
dialogue at the very beginning, it was just the thought bubbles I've read for years in my Batman comics, especially on this Scott Snyder run with the Court of Owls and everything in Batman Year One. So, yeah. Mask of Phantasm is the best one for me.
Ooh.
Mask of Phantasm is my favorite one. The Batman, I think, is the best one. Massive Phantasm was my favorite one. I remember seeing that in theaters when I was young. Not just running around putting people in wheelchairs. Exactly. So, all that being said, though, we're going to keep our eye on this and definitely be keeping you guys updated with the latest and greatest. And another thing, we've had this channel since 2017. We created the channel in 2017.
At the end of 2017.
At the end of 2017. We actually started making content in 2018 with like the secrets of Crimes of Grindelwald.
Crimes of Grindelwald.
You did a movie review for that, and then we
Which
started.
I hope you have taken down.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I've
Thank
made.
you.
I've made that not private, but unlisted.
It was bad.
So we've been around since the AT&T merger as a channel, and the Discovery merger, and we'll be around.
We'll be around for the next merger.
For the next merger, when we strictly just been covering Harry Potter games.
We're like on The Office, Stanley. I'd never apologize to my ex-wife, and I don't apologize to my current wife, and I won't apologize to my next wife either.
Or Stanley when he says, "My new boss better come to my funeral because I'm going to be here until I die." He was talking about the new bosses coming in, so I'm going to have a relationship with everybody. But yeah, if Disney buys WB, it's a wrap.
Cooked.
We're cooked. Like we're done.
Can you imagine Harry Potter imagined by Disney?
That's what they're trying to do with X-Men, by the way. At least reports are
Really?
saying. They're trying to do a Harry Potter version of X-Men where they're in the school.
They already have a school. Why does it have to be anything like Harry Potter?
Because they're
Like
focusing,
they were doing the school thing before Harry Potter.
but they were more out and about, and I think they're trying to look at it as teens, at least according to reports. And I hate that. So, I think you should be proud of all the mergers.
Thanks, Harley.
Thanks, Harley.
And Deke. Deke would be proud of us.
Deke would be
we
proud.
have witnessed a lot of mergers.
Oh my gosh, so many. That's crazy.
See ya, Becky.
Speaking of see ya, since we are back on a normal schedule, let's get some chocolate frogs going. So, let me get yours in the chat. Whoa, I forgot to do my ad. We have a new ad. Let me get clutches or yo's in the chat if you guys are ready for the new ad, and then we'll do the chocolate frog one before we get out of here. Yeah, we got a new one. You guys have seen it if you saw my short. I think I posted earlier this week or this weekend. So check it out. It's again by GameSir, who have sent us a new controller to review and showcase. So thank you for sponsoring that. But as David M. Kelly said, this would be clutch. See you, Becky, as well. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. I know it's super late where you are. All right, we got clutches, we got yos in the chat, and we got the time alert at exactly 6:30. Perfect timing. So without further ado, let's get right into Game Sir with the new controller, mobile controller, and cooler. Check it out.
Ooh.
This is the X5S controller and FX5 cooler from Game Sir, the sponsor of today's video. The X5S controller is Game Sir's long line of elite X5 mobile controllers, but now the X5S is a broader, stronger, and freer multi-platform controller with a sleek and lightweight design, perfect for gaming on the go. Compatible not just for mobile, tablets, and PC, but also the Switch and Switch 2, thanks to its tri-mode connectivity for wide device compatibility, all of which boasts Game Sir's trademark and iconic features, like the trademark Game Sir Hall Effect sticks for anti-drift and precise controls, clutch, the trademark Game Sir Hall Effect analog triggers for unparalleled smoothness and ultimate responsiveness, clutch, dual HD rumble motors with 5 adjustable levels of vibration, clutch, built-in 6-axis gyroscope for precise motion control, clutch, and of course, swappable ABXY buttons for your preferred layouts on any device, clutch. But don't forget the other optional feature for the X5S, and that is Game Sir's FX5 thermoelectric cooler, offering exceptional cooling performances with 3 adjustable cooling modes: silent, extreme cold, and overclocking. Yo. Dynamic RGB lighting indicating current mode. Yo. And dual power options featuring wireless and wired for flexible use. Yo. The selling point for me has been the combination of pro features and pro cooling, all on my kid's Switch. Specifically, anti-drift Hall Effect sticks from the X5S and the extreme cooling of the FX5 have made their old Switch, what can I say, feel new, which is, yo, clutch. So if you're interested in the Game Sir X5S controller and the Game Sir FX5 cooler, check out our affiliate links in the description below. It's a great way to support the channel while also upgrading your mobile gaming experience. And thanks to Game Sir for sponsoring today's video. And again, shout out to Game Sir for the video. What happened to Clutch? Clutch was at the beginning of the video, and then I did yo at the end for the cooler. So I did Clutch for the controller and yo for the cooler, and I broke it up.
Britter said, "Can we bring back bean words? Because I got an idea."
I'm just getting back, so allow me to fall back into my normal regimen when it comes to the streams. But yes, we can do bean words. But right now, we need you guys to let us know, what do you think we're going to open?
Hey, you copied me.
Oh, what do you think we're going to open? What card do you think we're going to get? I would like to see, if I'm being honest, I would like to see Dumbledore.
Oh.
I'm enjoying all the pictures we're getting of Dumbledore and Nicholas the Flamel from the Harry Potter series. So I would like to see Dumbledore.
Britter said double Merlins.
Double Merlins, wow. And then fuse it at the end with both words. Exactly, Gabe. Yep. Yeah. You saw it, Gabe. You saw it. I said, yo, clutch.
David said, nice zoom effect, guys. Thanks, David. We worked really hard on it.
Helga and Gryffindor. Ooh. So Godric and Helga for both of our houses. I like it.
I want Jacunda always.
Verdi and Merlin says Anita.
Or the math lady. The runes, or the number 7. The number 7 lady.
Yeah, I'll take Dumbledore or Helga. All right, here we go. A Shri, a 2, a what?
Birdie Bot.
Oh, she said
and
Birdie.
Devlin Whitethorn.
Who said, Anita said Birdie, so Anita got one
Anita,
of
you
them.
nailed it.
But the creator of the Nimbus 2000, Nimbus Racing Broom Company.
He looks like Jack Black.
He does look like Jack Black.
And I feel Jack Black would make that kind of product.
Yeah, he would. He would
enjoy that.
He would. Amelia always. But don't forget, I got to talk to the Patrona Squad, but I'm looking at November 1st for my first time playing the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PS1 OG game ever. Looking at November 1st, which I believe is a Saturday. And kind of starting off November right with some fun chill on a Saturday. And you guys wanted it live according to Patrona Squad. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do it live. Probably do it like a 2-hour stream or somewhat. So we're going to have some fun with that. More news on that once we get all the details and stuff hashed out and everything. Once I talk to the peeps and stuff. But be on the lookout for that. And again, we're back from coaching. I'm still going to be doing varsity, but I can do more content now and everything. And Whizzing Wednesdays will be back at 4:30 as well. So happy to be back. Happy to get back on the schedule and finish the year strong with you guys. So yeah, I'll be clutch, as Harley put it.
Clutch.
So that being said, thank you guys so much for the input, for the hangout session, and just overall vibes as we try to figure out what's going on with WV. So we'll be keeping you guys updated on our socials, so be sure to follow us there. And of course, in Discord, all those links will be in the description below. We hope you guys have a magical day. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Brian Little.
Thank you.